Well, hello again. Brian King here. I made a post this morning on Facebook about what it means when we procrastinate. But after thinking about it a little bit more, I felt I wanted to give a little bit more context to this so that you understand it. Because people that procrastinate have this wonderful conversation going on between their ears as to why they're not actually procrastinating. So they're kind of lying to themselves. So let me tell you what I spelled out here. But first, if you're here, if you're listening in, let me know you're here. Give me a like, give me a love, make a comment, let me know you're here so that we can have a conversation as much as possible. So if you were to think of the word procrastination, what does that mean to you? Go ahead and put it in the comments. You know, when you say about somebody else, man, that person's really a procrastinator. Or you say, well, I guess I'm just the type that procrastinates. When you use that word, tell me what it means. When you think of procrastination, typically it means, oh, you like to put things off till the last minute because you love that adrenaline rush. You know, you like it. It works for you. It helps you focus. In other words, you have a story. One thing that I've asked clients over the years, if they keep putting things off, I ask them, what's your procrastination story? And they say, well, what are you talking about? So what's the story you tell yourself that gives you permission to procrastinate? Hey, Rob, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a story where you permit yourself to engage in certain behavior. And a lot of them are unaware that there is a story, that this is something that they've talked themselves into. Instead, what they think is, it's a character trait. It's just who they are. I'm just a procrastinator. Baloney! You are telling yourself a story about why procrastination's good, okay? So with that in mind, let me give you the three kind of foundations or the three different stories, three different storylines, let's say, for why you procrastinate. The first one is simply, you don't want to do it. You know, it's boring. You think there's something else better you could be doing with your time, so you simply don't want to. So what does that story look like? The story looks like something like, well, you know, I could do that, but, you know, this TV show isn't going to be rerun. It's a special. And if it is rerun, I don't know when it's going to be run again. I don't want to miss this golden opportunity. So we use a sense of scarcity, of immediacy. You know, oh, the homework's not going anywhere. It'll be there tomorrow. Or, yeah, well, I have the grace period on my bill, so I can put that off a little bit. I'll just go and watch this TV show now. Hey, Phoebe. Hey, Manuel. So the I don't want to do it story gives you all of this permission as to why you don't have to do it because something else is more important. We call that choosing your priorities. You're making something else more important than the topic or the issue at hand. Okay? So that's the you don't want to do it story. The second story is you don't know how to do it. Now, typically, this trumps up the people that are very married to their ego and their sense of pride. They don't know how to do it. They don't want anyone else to know how to do it, that they don't know how to do it because they're supposed to know how to do it. And if they don't know how to do it and other people know they don't know how to do it, they'll look dumb. So they want to avoid that at all costs. So what do? They'll spend hours and hours and hours trying the same stuff over and over and over again, expecting it to magically work because it's supposed to. It's supposed to work the way you want it to work because it has to fit with your belief that you know how to do it. You see how we drive ourselves nuts doing this? People that you hear somewhere else on the estate, swearing, cussing, throwing things, breaking things. This is somebody that is stuck in the I don't know how to do it story. But they're too prideful to say, hey, you know, I've been experimenting with this for a while, and I'm simply not getting the result I was looking for. Do you have any ideas? Do you happen to know anyone that has any ideas? This is somebody, and going to kind of go off on another slight tangent here. This is somebody that is married to the process at the expense of the outcome. Okay, because you've heard that saying about it's the journey, not the destination. Not really. It's not an either or thing. Only our black and white Western mind thinks so. It's both. It's the journey and the destination, okay? So when you want to fix something, hey, Alicia, You want to fix something, right? You want something to work. You want to build it. There is a process involved, and that process is leading you to an outcome, whether it's a tangible object, whether it's an experience of some kind. I go watch certain kinds of movies because I want to have fun. That's my outcome. And I know I've succeeded when I had that experience of fun, okay? Now, there are people that resist one, the other, or both. They resist the process. Kids that really don't like to do their homework, they have to do step-by-step things. They will resist the process because it challenges their executive functioning deficits. It's too hard to prioritize and put things in order. It's excruciating. So say, this is dumb, I don't want to do it, this is stupid. If they have like ADHD or Asperger's or executive functioning challenges, they likely have process resistance. So you have to help them figure out how to create that process so it's a lot easier for them. Then there's outcome resistance. There are some people that are afraid of what the outcome will feel like or be like. Case in point, going to a place you've never been before. If you are anxious in unfamiliar settings, you don't know what's going to be there. Yeah, Doug, you'll let me know tomorrow, okay? And I'll follow up with you a couple days after just to see if you did in fact follow up with me. Doug's an old friend from high school. So the outcome resistance is that there's a lot of uncertainty around the outcome. I don't know anybody there. I don't know, what if there's traffic, and and what if they don't like me? Okay, so you are dreading the outcome. So what will you do? You'll find all those one more things, all those last minute items that prevent you from leaving because you are afraid of the outcome. Sometimes you don't want to finish something because you don't have plans afterwards. You'd rather fidget and dawdle and drag something out. I know a kid who would take all day to put his laundry away because that's the only thing he's got planned. And he doesn't like that sense of that void of nothing to put his focus on. So he will drag out laundry so that his time is filled. Very intelligent, if you ask me, not very productive. So this is an offshoot of the don't know how to do it story, okay? So let's go back to the beginning of that story. If you resist the process, or you're married to the process, which says, I must do it myself with my own brain and my own two hands, and you don't allow the flexibility to get help, you're screwed. You're going to make yourself very, very upset, all because you're married to that process that says, I have to do it by myself. Or there's the outcome resistance. There are some people, and this is kind of a stereotype about guys, maybe not. If they don't want to do stuff around the house, they'll get lost someplace and they'll tinker and they'll draw something out because they know that if they do one thing to its completion, the outcome means the next item on the honey-do list is on the batter circle, right? Is up to bat. And they don't want to do that thing. They don't want the outcome that comes along with being finished, so they'll drag it out. Kind of see how that works? Process resistance, outcome resistance. Then there is, Phoebe says, what do I do once the house is clean? I need to do something so I can't clean my house. Okay, so you kind of have a double bind there. You don't know what you're going to do once you have a clean house, and you need to do something so that you can't clean. So you procrastinate cleaning because you don't know what you're going to do after you're done cleaning. Then you need to sit down with somebody and help you plan your day so that there are things in there, okay? Now, the third reason we procrastinate is you are afraid to do it. The people that I typically see that are afraid to do it are anticipating some kind of pain. Hey, Linda, I know a lot of people like your husband, okay? You're afraid to do it because you're associating some kind of pain with that experience. A lot of parents that I talk to who have gone through several different counselors, several different therapists. I don't do therapy, by the way. I once had a clinical licensed clinical social worker, which I let go of in favor of the freedom of coaching because I realized the therapeutic model was not the best way to serve my clients. I needed to have more freedom to really meet them where they were at and bring some other open-minded disciplines that were not pathologically focused in order to serve the people that I have the privilege of working with. So they're afraid to do it because one of the common questions, the what ifs in their head is, What if it's like everything else? What if it's like everything else we've tried? What if I do this again and it doesn't work? Well, all I can really tell them is look at the testimonials, look at the kind of comments that happen on my Facebook page. So you would either have to believe that I have surrounded myself with a paid staff full of liars who do nothing but pump me up so that I can invite people into my coaching world in order to deceive them and give them everything bad that they've come to know from previous experiences. Or you can take the risk of trusting that what others say and what I communicate to you in these videos is different. It's unique. It's helpful. I got a message yesterday from somebody in the UK who took a technique from one of my videos, used it with her teenage son, and it worked like gold. And that's the free stuff. That's not even the stuff people pay me for, okay? So the point being, you're afraid to do it. There's a story. There's a story there about the past. That what if what I do in the future is just a repetition of everything I've done in the past? Well, I'll tell you what, there's one surefire way to make sure that the future is just as painful as the past. Keep doing the same stuff you've always done. Don't do anything new. Don't learn anything new. And by all means, don't do anything to grow yourself. If you're afraid the future is going to look just like the past, I want to ask you this question. Who do you need to become in order to have a more compelling future? Who do you need to become to be a person who doesn't repeat the pains of the past, but instead steps into a new beginning with new knowledge, new wisdom, new capabilities, new resources, so you can get results unlike anything you've ever seen before? In order to get past this tendency to procrastinate and put your life on hold, especially the things that you love to do, that you either decide, I really don't want to do it. I want to do something entertaining. I want to do something distracting. Or you simply don't know how to do it. I'm not going to ask somebody else. I'm not going to invite someone else to assist me and give me the gift of their knowledge because my pride, my ego is more important. And I'm going to sit in the fear of potentially a painful outcome because I'm afraid to grow and become more and become better, because it may also require me to let go of some things that no longer serve me. So that's my take on why we procrastinate. Thank you so much for all the comments. Alicia, Rob, Linda, Phoebe, everybody, I really appreciate you chiming in. It means so much to me when you join in the conversation. And let's keep the conversation going. This video isn't going anywhere. Please add more comments below, especially suggestions for other topics you want me to cover, because I'm here to serve you. And the more you tell me what it is you need from me, the more I can give. And if you have, thank you, Rob, that means the world to me. And if there's any more questions that you kind of want to ask me privately, go ahead and send me a private message. And if you can think of anybody, probably a procrastinator, who could benefit from this, please share it with them and make sure they watch it, because they might just put it off. So this has been Brian King. Thank you again for stopping by. We'll be talking again soon.